Talk to me about this U.S. team photo. It was basically, I saw it once, a huge team photo, but with all the U.S. players, right? Male, female. Coco was there. A bunch of the guys were there. It looked like the most glorious 25-person Roman meal. What was this? You said you had some tidbits on it?
Yeah, it's funny. This surprisingly went viral. I don't know if we thank our friend Eric Budarak. This was actually issued by the USTA, and this is a nice sort of image, a nice gesture of the team atmosphere that's been built. And we remember from United Cup, there was group text and everybody's giving everyone else grief. And here in Rome, probably didn't hurt that the USTA was clearly picking up the tab on this dinner. But we have this photo that I'm sure we'll put in our show notes. You say younger players, older players, men, women. And I don't know. I mean, we'll start with you. I mean, how is this rare? I mean, would you ever have done this in your day? I don't think, McEnroe and Connors and Chrissy and that generation were all going out to dinner, but I don't. You tell me, and then I'll tell you something else.
Well, the men and women also used to pretty much only see each other at slams, so that's a big part of it. I was thinking, I don't know that. I became friends with Lindsay post career, and then I'm like, I knew Serena from childhood, but like we were never at the same tournaments, like in Rome, randomly. They could have applied whatever they paid for that meal to player development. That would have been cool, but I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal. I don't think it was always the case. I think proximity wins in a lot of friendships, just in life, and in tennis also. But we were pretty regular, especially on kind of not slam-ish weeks. James, Marty, and I, the bride, like we would go to dinner probably once a week. When we were on tour, and especially if we had a rule that if someone won a tour title, then they had to pay for the next week's dinner. So everyone got on the text chain very quickly if someone had a good result. Congrats to you, and congrats to us.
I think you got the raw end of that one. But no, I mean, I think tennis is a sport of duality, right? There are two sides of the net, and there's a dialectic, there's a dichotomy to everything. So this goes out. It's this nice display of this real sort of bonding atmosphere, this team atmosphere that's been built. But there is a conspiracy going around that you will note that this was issued by the USTA. We've spoken on previous shows about the Premier Tour and about some of the fissures and fractures within tennis and some of the political battles. And to some, this has been interpreted as the USTA sending a message to the tours, shot across the bow, essentially saying, look what kind of relationships we have with the players. We can gather everybody. Look what sort of unity we've built. We don't need these tours. We can communicate with these players directly. And this has been interpreted, and I've heard this from this isn't just one conspiracy theorist. I've heard this from two different places, that the USTA is the one that issued this photo, and this was some sort of political statement and some way of saying to the tours, we have connections, we have relationships with these players. Don't think you can interfere with them. We can gather everyone at the drop of a hat for a dinner. Bear that in mind if you're going to mess with us in these political battles. So that's tennis in a nutshell for you. You have a nice team picture. It gets construed like a Kremlin image that it's like Taylor Swift lyrics. There's like double meanings in there. But no, this photo went viral. It's a very nice picture, and I think it does speak to a certain team atmosphere that's been built, but it has been construed in some quarters as a political message sent by the USTA.
All right, well. Welcome to the tinfoil hat edition of Served. So there was a lot in there, and many words were said. And my counter is 2 words, actually 3. Sorry, or free dinner.
Yeah, right. Or it was plus beverages included. You'll note, and wine. But
or it was a free dinner.
Right.
I don't know.
That's tennis for you.
If I'm like the Saudi tour and everything else, I'm going, okay, let's get a dinner with Alcaraz, Sinner. Everyone in that player. Coco was in the middle of that photo, but I don't know if the PR campaign is we can have dinner.
Yeah,
I've heard right. I've heard of bigger moves made. I think the simpler version is probably, hey, listen, we have fun every January. Let's have dinner a couple times during the year, keep the continuity. We enjoy each other's company. This is a fun photo. because we're all together. I enjoyed seeing it. And Eric Buderak I want to get him on the pod actually before the U.S. Open. Player services at the U.S. Open. He does a phenomenal job. Played on tour, played doubles on tour. My last loss actually went from being Del Potro at the U.S. Open to playing doubles with Marty Fish in Atlanta, winning a match, and then having Eric Buderak be the last person who beat me ever in a doubles match. So still kind of bitter. I kind of tend to think it was like a free dinner, but cool. I think that's a really nice thing. Obviously, you don't gather at that amount of scale if you don't genuinely like everyone at the table. So I think it's really cool. This other, if that was like moving a chess piece in this battle for negotiation, I just hope they have a more powerful chess piece besides
you get Chianti and a plate of pasta. But also, I mean, don't you think also seriously this? I mean, first of all, kudos to the USTA for building this environment. Kudos to the players, but also I think this is another reason why we don't love them at 2 weeks. But this is another reason why these joint events work. You and I have talked about how there should be some sort of an all-star weekend. Tennis is at its best when men and women are competing simultaneously, and the more integration, not just at tournaments, but socially like this, the better. So I'm with you. I'm merely pointing out that given tennis's fractured, balkanized infighting, even a team photo can be construed as a political play. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah, if I'm on the other side of that and I see that photo and that's their big strategy meeting and there's not a single agent or manager in the picture, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Just all cards on the table.